Listen to me for a moment. Life is short. And every second that passes is a second you will never get back. You don't get to hit rewind, you don't get to reset, and you don't get to start over. This is not a rehearsal. This is it. This is your life. And if you're not careful, you will wake up one day realizing you wasted it chasing the wrong things, listening to the wrong people, and ignoring the fire that was burning inside you. Don't waste your life scrolling endlessly on your phone while your dreams collect dust. Don't waste your life waiting for the perfect moment to start, because that perfect moment will never come. Don't waste your life comparing yourself to someone else's highlight reel while you sit on the sidelines of your own story. Stop waiting for approval. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for everything to line up. You've got a gift inside you, a purpose. Something that was planted in your soul long before you knew your own name. But a gift means nothing if you let it rot. Talent without discipline is wasted. Dreams without action are dead. And potential without work is nothing but regret waiting to happen. You want to know what's scary? Not failure. Failure is a lesson. Failure is proof that you tried. You know what's scary? Regret. Lying in bed years from now, staring at the ceiling, thinking about all the things you could have done but didn't. Thinking about how you traded your time for distractions, excuses, and fear. That's scary. That's wasting your life. So what do? You get up. You get focused. You set your vision and you chase it like your life depends on it, because it does. You make every day count. You grind when you're tired. You study when you don't feel like it. You pray, you push, you believe. You keep going even when nobody claps for you. Because this is your race and nobody else can run it for you. Don't waste your life trying to please everyone. Don't waste your life waiting for tomorrow. Don't waste your life thinking small when you were created for something great. Your time is now. Your moment is now. And if you don't step into it, nobody else will. So hear me clearly, stop wasting your life. Take control. Take responsibility. Take the leap. And when it gets hard, and it will get hard, you keep going anyway. Because greatness doesn't come from comfort. It comes from sacrifice, from discipline, from faith, from refusing to quit. This is your one life. Don't waste it. Live it, fight for it. Build something with it. Leave something behind. Make it count. Life is a fleeting gift, one that slips away faster than most of us ever realize. The truth is, time is the only resource you can never get back once it's gone. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose possessions and replace them. You can even lose opportunities and create new ones. But when a day passes, when a minute passes, it is gone forever. Too many people live as if they have an endless supply of tomorrows, but in reality, the clock is ticking and it never stops. Every breath you take is another second closer to the end, and yet so often people treat their lives like they are disposable, as if there will always be another chance, another tomorrow, another opportunity to finally start living the way they want. That's the great lie people tell themselves. That time will wait for them. It doesn't. It never has, and it never will. Think about it. How many times have you said to yourself, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll begin that project. Tomorrow I'll chase that dream. Tomorrow I'll start treating my health better. Tomorrow I'll tell the people I love how much they mean to me. But then tomorrow becomes another tomorrow, and before you know it, years have passed, opportunities have vanished, and all you're left with is the weight of what could have been. Life doesn't give you the courtesy of pausing while you hesitate. It keeps moving, it keeps ticking, and whether you're ready or not, the moments keep slipping through your fingers like grains of sand. There's a sobering reality in recognizing how brief life truly is. People waste years holding grudges, staying in situations that don't serve them, or running after things that have no real value, as if they have all the time in the world to finally figure it out. They put off living for someday, not realizing someday isn't guaranteed. We are not promised decades. We are not promised even tomorrow. All we truly own is the moment we are in right now. That's why it's dangerous to live passively, because each passive choice is a silent surrender of your most precious resource, your life. When you understand the urgency of time, your perspective shifts. Suddenly you see that every moment matters. Every choice either pushes you closer to your purpose or pulls you further from it. The latter you share with family, the effort you give toward your goals, the kindness you show to a stranger. All of it matters because all of it is time invested. Life doesn't ask whether you'll use your time wisely. It simply passes, leaving you to decide what you will do with it. Too often, people only realize the value of time when it's already too late, when they look back and realize they spent years waiting for permission to live instead of embracing the urgency of now. That's why wasting time is the most dangerous mistake a person can make, because wasted time adds up to a wasted life. Distractions are one of the biggest thieves of life, and most people don't even notice how much is being stolen from them day by day. Hours disappear into meaningless scrolling on social media, binge, watching shows you don't even care about, or obsessing over someone else's life instead of focusing on your own. It feels harmless in the moment. You tell yourself you're just relaxing, just passing time. But what you're really doing is giving away the most precious resource you have, your time. Those little moments of distraction, when added up, become days, weeks, and even years of potential that you can never get back. The tragedy is not that people don't have the ability to chase their dreams, but that they waste the energy and focus they do have on things that bring no lasting value. Waiting for the perfect moment is another way people waste their lives. They convince themselves that they can't start until everything is just right, until they have the perfect amount of money, the perfect opportunity, the perfect level of confidence. But the truth is, perfection doesn't exist. There will never be a time when all conditions are ideal, and if you're always waiting for it, you will spend your entire life preparing and never doing. Life rewards those who act, not those who hesitate. While one person is busy planning and waiting for the stars to align, someone else is out there failing, learning, growing, and eventually succeeding. The longer you wait, the further behind you fall, because time doesn't stop to accommodate hesitation. Another dangerous distraction is comparison. We live in a world where everyone's achievements are on display, but rarely their struggles. You see the highlight reels, the victories and smiles, and you start to measure your progress against a distorted version of reality. Suddenly, you no longer move at your own pace, no longer celebrate your own growth, because you're too busy watching someone else's race. Comparison doesn't motivate, it drains. It makes you feel behind, unworthy, or like you're not enough. But the truth is, your life is your own. Your path is unique, and every moment you spend comparing yourself is a moment stolen from building your own future. The saddest part of giving in to distractions is how silently they consume you. It's not dramatic. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens quietly, day by day, until one day you wake up and realize that the things you truly wanted for yourself never came to life. Not because you couldn't, but because you were too busy giving your time and attention to things that never mattered. Distractions disguise themselves as harmless habits, but their cost is enormous. When you allow them to control your focus, you trade purpose for entertainment, growth for comfort, and progress for stagnation. And in the end, you are left not with memories of joy or fulfillment, but with the empty realization that the moments you wasted are gone forever. Every single person walking this earth carries within them a unique gift, something that sets them apart from everyone else. It could be a talent, a skill, a perspective, or even just the ability to inspire others. That gift is not random. It was placed in you for a reason, and it's your responsibility to discover it and use it. The tragedy is that so many people never take the time to dig deep enough to uncover what that gift truly is. They drift through life doing what's expected of them, following a path someone else laid out, and in the process they bury the very thing that makes them extraordinary. Your gift doesn't always shout, sometimes it whispers, waiting for you to pay attention, waiting for you to take it seriously enough to develop it into something powerful. But a gift alone is not enough. Talent without discipline is wasted potential. You can be naturally skilled in something, but if you never train, never refine it, never push yourself to grow, it will stay undeveloped and unused. Think of all the people who were gifted athletes but never practiced, gifted writers who never wrote, gifted leaders who never stepped forward. They had everything inside them needed to make an impact, but because they never combined that gift with discipline and action, it became nothing more than a shadow of what could have been. A raw gift might open the door, but only hard work keeps it open. Only consistency, sacrifice, and focus turn potential into reality. Your purpose is tied to your gift, and ignoring it doesn't just rob you, it robs the world. Somewhere out there, someone needs what only you can provide. Someone's breakthrough, someone's healing, someone's inspiration could be connected to the thing you were born to do. Yet when you hide it, when you bury it under excuses, fear, or laziness, the world misses out on what you were meant to contribute. It's not just about you living a comfortable life. It's about fulfilling the responsibility of carrying something greater than yourself. That's why discovering and using your gift is not optional. It's essential. The danger lies in thinking you have forever. Too many people say, I'll start using my gift later when I have more time, when I feel ready, when life slows down. But life rarely slows down, and the longer you wait, the harder it becomes to step into what you're meant to do. Before long, excuses harden into regret, and regret is the bitter reminder that you had something powerful inside you, but you chose not to use it. You cannot afford to let your gift die with you. You cannot afford to leave this world with your potential still locked inside. The truth is, you were created for impact, and the world is waiting for you to stop hiding and start shining. Failure is one of the most misunderstood parts of life. People fear it so deeply that they let it control their decisions, paralyze their actions, and keep them from ever stepping into their true potential. But failure is not the enemy, it is a teacher. Every time you fail, you learn something you could not have learned by sitting on the sidelines. Every mistake, every setback, every disappointment carries within it a lesson that shapes you, strengthens you, and prepares you for the road ahead. The most successful people you admire did not arrive at greatness without stumbling countless times along the way. Their failures were not signs to stop. They were signs to keep going, to adapt, to grow, and to rise higher. The only true failure in life is never trying at all. The real enemy is regret. Regret is far heavier than failure because it comes with the realization that you never gave yourself the chance to see what could have been. You don't lie awake at night haunted by the things you failed at. You lie awake haunted by the things you never even attempted. Regret whispers, what if? What if you had taken that opportunity? What if you had believed in yourself just a little more? What if you had pushed past your fear and chased the dream burning inside you? These questions linger and they never fully go away because deep down, you know you chose comfort over courage, hesitation over action. Failure can be corrected, regret cannot. You can fail today, learn from it, and come back stronger tomorrow. You can make mistakes, adjust, and improve. Failure is temporary, but regret is permanent. It is the heavy shadow that follows you because of the chances you didn't take, the words you didn't say, the goals you abandoned before you even began. That's why regret is far more dangerous than failure will ever be. You can rise from failure, you can't rise from time wasted doing nothing. The key is shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing failure as a dead end, see it as part of the process. Every stumble is a stepping stone. Every no is pushing you closer to the yes, and every door that closes forces you to find the one that was truly meant for you. Failure builds resilience. It teaches humility. It strengthens character. It proves to you that you are capable of standing back up, no matter how many times you fall. But regret offers no growth, no wisdom, no strength. It only leaves emptiness. When you understand that, fear of failure loses its grip. You begin to realize that the greater risk is in not trying, in letting life pass you by while you hide behind fear. You only get one life, and wasting it in safety nets and excuses is the surest way to guarantee regret. Failure means you lived boldly, you stepped into the arena, you gave yourself a chance. Regret means you wasted the one chance you had. Every day you wake up, you are given the same 24 hours as everyone else, and what you do with those hours determines the direction of your life. Too often people underestimate the power of a single day. They tell themselves that one day doesn't matter, that missing one step toward their goal is harmless, that putting things off until tomorrow won't make a difference. But the truth is, every day counts. Each sunrise brings with it an opportunity to get closer to your dreams, to build your character, to sharpen your skills, and to move forward in ways that may seem small at first, but add up over time. Success is not built in giant leaps. It is built in consistent daily actions that compound into greatness. When you treat every day as if it matters, your perspective changes. You stop wasting time waiting for motivation to arrive and instead rely on discipline to carry you forward. Discipline means showing up even when you don't feel like it, staying focused even when you're tired, and doing what needs to be done when no one else is watching. Motivation is temporary, but discipline builds habits, and habits build results. The people who achieve the most are not necessarily the most talented, but they are the most consistent. They know that even on the hard days, even on the days when progress feels invisible, the work they put in matters, because every step forward keeps them moving in the right direction. Making every day count also means paying attention to where your energy goes. Time is precious, but so is focus. It's not just about being busy, it's about being intentional. You can spend an entire day working on things that don't matter and still feel unfulfilled, or you can dedicate a few focused hours to meaningful work and make real progress. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. The things that align with your purpose, the things that push you closer to the life you want. And making every day count isn't just about chasing goals. It's about living fully in the present as well. Too many people spend their days either reliving the past or worrying about the future, and in doing so, they miss the beauty of the moment they're in. Being fully present means appreciating the small joys, showing gratitude for what you have, and recognizing the value in even the simplest experiences. It means not letting moments with family, friends, and loved ones slip by unnoticed, because those moments matter just as much as the grind toward your dreams. The truth is, days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Before you know it, the life you're living is the result of how you chose to spend your ordinary days. If you waste them, you waste your future. But if you use them wisely, if you treat each one as a building block, you will look back and realize you built something extraordinary out of the time you were given. One of the greatest traps people fall into is the constant pursuit of approval. From a young age, many are conditioned to measure their worth by the opinions of others, whether it's family, friends, or society at large. They grow up believing that success is only real if someone else validates it, that happiness is only genuine if someone else approves of it, and that choices are only worthwhile if they align with the expectations around them. But living this way is dangerous because it puts the direction of your life in someone else's hands. You end up shaping your identity around what pleases others instead of what fulfills you, and in the process, you lose yourself. Seeking approval creates a cycle that never ends. You achieve one thing, and instead of celebrating it, you immediately look to see who noticed, who applauded, who gave their stamp of validation. If nobody acknowledges it, you start to doubt whether it mattered. You find yourself adjusting, shifting, and bending to fit into someone else's idea of success, never realizing that you're sacrificing your own. The truth is, no matter what you do, not everyone will approve. There will always be critics, always be doubters, always be people who don't understand your vision. If you spend your life trying to satisfy them, you will never have the energy or freedom to build the life that is truly meant for you. The need for approval also steals authenticity. When you live for others, you stop living for yourself. You stop expressing your true thoughts, stop following your real passions, and start wearing masks just to be accepted. Over time, those masks get heavier until you no longer recognize who you really are. And when you finally pause to reflect, you realize you have built a life that looks good to everyone else but feels empty to you. The applause fades, the approval shifts, but the emptiness remains. That is the price of chasing validation. It leaves you hollow. Freedom comes when you let go of that need. When you stop asking, what will they think? And start asking, what do I think? What do I want? What do I value? That shift changes everything. It gives you permission to pursue the life that excites you, even if others don't understand. It gives you strength to take risks, to stand out, to follow a path that might not make sense to anyone else but feels right to you. And it gives you peace because you no longer live in fear of judgment. You live anchored in your own truth. Approval from others is temporary, but approval from yourself lasts. It's better to live with the satisfaction of knowing you stayed true to who you are than to live with the frustration of knowing you abandoned your dreams for someone else's applause. People's opinions will change, their standards will shift, but your life is yours alone. And the sooner you stop trying to earn their approval, the sooner you can start truly living. Greatness has never come from a life of ease. It is born in the fires of struggle, in the long nights of sacrifice, and in the countless hours of unseen effort. Too many people want the reward without the work, the spotlight without the grind, the success without the sacrifice. But the truth is simple: anything worth having demands a price, and that price is hard work, discipline, and the willingness to endure discomfort. The dream you carry inside you will test your patience, your endurance, and your commitment, because dreams are not handed out. They are earned through persistence and resilience. Discipline is the foundation. Without it, talent is wasted, potential is wasted, and opportunities slip away. Discipline means doing what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. It means showing up when you're tired, pushing through when you're uninspired, and refusing to quit when it gets difficult. Discipline transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It is not glamorous, it is not always exciting, but it is always effective. Every habit you build, every routine you commit to, every small act of consistency adds up to something powerful. Success is not one big leap. It is the result of thousands of small steps taken with discipline over time. Sacrifice is the companion of discipline. You cannot reach greatness without giving up something. Maybe it's giving up comfort, maybe it's letting go of toxic habits, maybe it's distancing yourself from people who hold you back. Sacrifice hurts because it demands that you choose your future over your present. But when you're willing to sacrifice, you prove that you value your vision more than temporary pleasure. Late nights of studying, early mornings of training, weekends spent working while others are partying. These sacrifices don't feel glamorous in the moment, but they build the foundation for the life you want. And then there is perseverance, the ability to keep going when everything in you wants to quit. The road to greatness will not be smooth. It will test you with setbacks, rejection, and failure. It will demand that you dig deep, that you rise after every fall, that you keep moving forward even when progress feels invisible. Perseverance separates those who dream from those who achieve. Anyone can start, but only those who endure to the end taste the reward. The pain you push through today becomes the strength you carry tomorrow. Greatness is not reserved for a chosen few. It is available to anyone willing to pay the price. But that price is high, and most are unwilling to make the sacrifices or show the discipline required. If you are serious about living a life of impact, you must be willing to embrace discomfort, to stay disciplined when distractions come, and to sacrifice the things that don't serve your purpose. Hard work and perseverance are not punishments. They are the keys that unlock the doors to the life you dream of living. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most empowering decisions you can ever make, yet it is also one of the hardest. It's much easier to blame circumstances, other people, or even fate for where you are. It's easier to say you didn't succeed because of the economy, because someone held you back, because you weren't given the right opportunity. But blaming doesn't change anything. Excuses don't build your future. The moment you decide to take full ownership of your life, your choices, your actions, your mindset, you reclaim your power. You stop waiting for someone else to rescue you, and you realize you are the one who has to step up and create the life you want. The danger of not taking responsibility is that it traps you in stagnation. If you believe your life is controlled by external forces, then you give away your ability to change. You convince yourself that nothing you do matters because the outcome is already decided by something outside of your control. That mindset breeds passivity and keeps people stuck in the same cycles for years, sometimes for their entire lives. But the truth is, while you cannot control everything that happens to you, you can always control how you respond. Your response determines your growth, your resilience, and ultimately your direction. Taking responsibility also means no longer waiting for the right time. So many people waste their lives in waiting rooms, telling themselves they'll act when things slow down, when they feel more confident, when they get approval, when conditions are perfect. But life will never hand you perfect conditions. If you keep waiting, you'll wake up years later realizing you've missed your chance. Responsibility is understanding that the right time is always now, that the best moment to take a step toward your dream is this very moment, not some distant someday that may never arrive. Responsibility is not about guilt or shame. It's about ownership. It's about saying, no matter what has happened to me, I will decide what happens next. It's about refusing to let your past define you, and instead using it as fuel to push you forward. Every setback can be a stepping stone if you choose to learn from it instead of being defeated by it. Responsibility shifts your focus from what's out of your control to what's within your power. And that shift is what allows real transformation to begin. When you embrace responsibility, you stop living passively and start living intentionally. You wake up each day knowing that your actions matter, your decisions matter, and your effort matters. You begin to move with purpose instead of drifting aimlessly. And when life throws challenges your way, you don't waste energy blaming or complaining. You adapt, you adjust, and you keep moving forward. That's the difference between people who build meaningful lives and those who waste them. One group takes responsibility and acts now, while the other waits endlessly for someone else to make it happen. You only get one life, and what you do with it will determine whether it's remembered or forgotten. Too many people drift through their days without intention, going through routines, following patterns, and never asking themselves what kind of impact they're leaving behind. But when the final chapter of your story is written, nobody will remember how much time you spent scrolling your phone or how many hours you wasted doubting yourself. What they will remember is the difference you made, the love you gave, the courage you showed, and the mark you left on the lives of others. That is why the call to action is so urgent. Don't waste your life. Make it count. Making it count means choosing to live with purpose instead of passivity. It means waking up each day with the awareness that your time is limited, and you can either spend it building something meaningful or let it slip away into nothingness. Purpose doesn't always mean doing something grand in the world's eyes. It can be as simple as raising a family with love, pursuing a craft with excellence, mentoring someone who needs guidance, or standing up for what's right even when it's hard. Greatness is not always about scale, it's about intention. What matters is that you choose to live intentionally rather than aimlessly. It also means fighting for your dreams, even when it feels impossible. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when you feel alone, when obstacles pile up so high that giving up seems easier than pressing on. But those are the days when your decision matters most. Those are the moments when you prove whether you're serious about making your life matter or whether you're content to let it slip away. The fight is not just about achieving something external. It's about proving to yourself that you had the courage to step into the arena, to face your fears, and to live boldly rather than safely. Making your life count also requires you to think beyond yourself. Legacy is built not only by what you achieve, but by what you give. The people who live on long after they're gone are the ones who touched others, inspired them, lifted them up, and helped them see their own potential. Impact doesn't always require fame or fortune. It requires a heart willing to serve, a voice willing to speak truth, and hands willing to build something that will outlast you. Your actions ripple outward, influencing more people than you will ever know. In the end, the greatest tragedy is not failing, but never truly living. To live fully is to pour yourself into your purpose, to fight for your vision, to embrace every opportunity, and to leave behind a trail that proves you were here and that your life mattered. That is what it means to make it count. To refuse to waste the one chance you've been given, and to rise each day determined to leave this world better than you found it.